This is our Fluent project. Um, I'm gonna start with the Inviscid flow. I just dragged this over Fluent. I didn't show it, but yeah. So I'm gonna come over to this. I'm gonna change it to 2D, the geometry, and then we're gonna go into design modular. Okay, now that we're in design modular, I'm gonna click this because we want to be in the XY plane. We're gonna come over to sketching. We're gonna sketch a circle for the cylinder in the middle. It's gonna have a diameter of 1. So we're going to define that. And then we are also going to make a square around that cylinder. I'm gonna change the dimensions here. This is 50. And then, oops, we're gonna change this to 50 as well. And we do want it to be in the middle. So we are going to change the distance here to 25. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so now we have our geometry all set. We're going to come over to concept. We're going to generate a surface here. Come over here, so I'll highlight that and then click generate. And then we are good with the geometry. Now I'm going to open up the mesh. Okay, so here is the mesh. We are going to insert a method. We're going to change the method here to triangles. So what I did here, I just selected this body, and then we'll come over and generate. You'll see how it fills up. So it's got these triangles, and then we're going to come over here, insert, like this, yeah, sizing, zoom in here, and for the thing that we're applying here, we select the cylinder wall, click apply. We're going to come over here, change this to number of divisions, and I did. So yes, it is 200. Just double checking. We're going to come over here, change this to no, and then change the behavior to hard. Whoops. And then we'll generate. Okay, so as you can see, it's got these divisions around it. And then we're going to insert I'm going to insert face meshing, or no, inflation. For the geometry here, we are selecting this, apply, and then for the boundary, we're selecting this edge, and then we are changing it to first layer thickness. We're going to do 0.003, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, it's just going to be 3, 3e negative 3. I don't know why it looks like that, but whatever. And then we are going to change the number of layers here to 100, and then change the number to 1.05, and then we will generate that. Should make like kind of like a ring thing around the center. Yep. And then, ooh, actually, is that right? I think that's right. And then last thing we're gonna do is go to the mesh. Second to last thing actually. We're gonna come over here and change the element size to 0.12. And then we will generate that and it should look like a, it should just have way more divisions here. The meshing is gonna take a while. I will be right back. Okay, so our mesh is done. Last thing we have to do is add our named selections. This right here is going to, whoops, okay, select it like this. This right here is going to be named inlet, and then the top and bottom here are going to be named symmetry. This in the middle is, we're just going to call this the wall. And then this is going to be the outlet. So now that that's done, we can go ahead and exit out of here. We're going to go ahead and update this. Okay. We're going to come over to setup. Okay. So we're in setup. We are going to change the model here to Visid. And then we are going to come to here, the materials. I'm going to change the density to 1. And then I'm going to change our boundary conditions here. I'm just going to do a velocity of 5. If it'll load. And then everything is good besides the wall. Oh wait, no. The wall is fine. The outlet. We're just gonna check prevent reverse flow. And then we're gonna change our reference values. We're gonna compute from the inlet. Everything should look fine. That's fine, but I'm gonna change it to 5 anyway. And then we're going to initialize. I'm just gonna do 25 iterations. And then come over to our calculations. We're going to change it to, okay, change it to 200. And then we are also going to change the method here. It's going to be simple, and then this is going to be changed to presto. And then we are good to initialize and run our calculations. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will be right back when those calculations are done. So those calculations are done. You can see our residuals here. The last thing I'm going to do on this screen, so I'm just going to show how I got the my drag coefficient. Come over here, force report. I'm going to click wall. And then this is glitched. Print it to the console. Compute. Should be really small. Yep. Perfect. 0.003, 0.00033 is what I got earlier. So we know that it's good. Just to kind of show the plots, here, I'll make some plots. So, whoops. The first one we're going to do is the pressure coefficient. it's symmetrical, as you can see. And then the velocity should be the inverse. So it should be the opposite of what we see there. Show you. Same thing here. Did I do that right? Yeah. So yeah, it's the opposite, but it is still symmetrical. So we are done here. Drag coefficient, we got our two graphs. And then now we can go look at our contours. Be right back.